Jake, it was a lot of ebbs and flows in that one, but you've probably taken a fair bit of command of it in the third, and it was probably that DJ explosion there, put it back on a knife edge, and it just sort of got away from you down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we just had a bad patch, and part of that was him going off. He's a good player, so we shouldn't have allowed that. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good, a lot of bad for this time of year, but. We pride ourselves on the defensive end, and obviously 106 points is a little bit too much, especially what we've been doing, in the preseason games. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to work on, and good thing about this thing, we get to play again on Thursday.
You've got some new guys coming in. Obviously, George was really good in the second unit, but he hasn't played a lot. So Justin's still acclimatising. You still sort of feel, the big guns that you've got there are still a work in progress. Still finding their feet a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But, I mean, it's round one right now. And, they've been in situations before they've had to play, with, people that might not even know their names. So, we're not using any excuses, is it? We got to look at ourselves and, it's early days and it's nothing to get, carried away with. But, we just didn't play our brand today. That's all it was. I mean, we could have still won and not played our brand, but today we took the loss.
When you look at that, a lot of people looked at this team on paper and maybe thought depth would be an issue, but tonight some of your imports were a bit hot and cold, and you had 48 points, I think, from your second unit, and the bloke next to you just goes off for a career night. Got to be some positives in that aspect, that you got such a contribution from that second unit that you are going to have to lean on through the year. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, it's just going to be a thing where I don't know who we're going to go with. But, yeah, I mean, Lockie did a great job tonight. Obviously, he kept us in it for that patch. And then he in that fourth, he was pretty damn good. But, we need to, I mean, again, you'll ask him, and I mean, of course, he needs to be pumped with the event, with what happened to him today. But, he would have taken the win. But it is a good problem to have, and I know people are worried about our depth, but I do believe in that back end of the bench, and I think we have guys today that didn't play that could sort of help us. So, with everything, we're not going to be afraid to play someone, especially if they're at practice every day and doing well every day. If they deserve it, and guys are a little bit off, we'll play the next guy. And credit to Lockie, he put pressure on our starters today.
How did it feel, Lockie? You've been plugging away for so long in this team, and to come out there and just have it all drop. I think you're 7 of 7. I don't think you missed. You couldn't miss. Just felt like you were feeling it out there.
Yeah, it was nice. It felt like I was throwing it in the ocean for a second there, but probably ran out of gas by halfway through the fourth. I was kind of looking around to see who else could shoot one, but no, we just got to get some stops and rebound the ball, and I'd take a win over a loss any day.
What was it like having the crowd behind you with every shot dropping in?
It was pretty cool, to be honest. More importantly, the bench. I remember making one and looking down, and the bench is going crazy, and that's probably more what it is, like being able to see everyone back me, and it's going to be the same. Some people are going to have big nights, and we're all going to get behind them. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Lockie, you did manage to score the most, basically those enough points, but it wasn't enough for the team tonight. What are you guys going to take out of this one?
I think we just got to get more stops. Jake said it, 106 points is not our brand of basketball, so we're going to go to the drawing board Monday and come out and hopefully get some more stops.
Jake, before you go to Zoom, sorry, just on Justin, 5 of 20, 0 of 9 from 3, is that just one that you brush a guy of his class, you'll bounce back and make you confident?
Yeah, for sure. Guys are going to have their nights. They're going to have great nights, and they're going to have nights that they wish they forgot. And, yeah, I've got total unbelievable faith in Justin. So, any day of the week I'd go with him. So, yeah, he'll be right on Thursday, and he'd be more angry than anyone, and, yeah, feel sorry for the next guy that's guarding him.
And one question for me, how did you feel? First NPL game, in charge, in front of a home crowd, all the promotions going through you, particularly early on in that match, you were pretty passionate on the sideline.
Yeah, I think I'm, obviously that's who I am. Gotten some really good phone calls in the last 48 hours from, some guys some pretty legendary coaches around the country. It's been unbelievable, the support I've gotten, and they've told me to be myself. That's who I am. The guys know that, so it's no real surprise. that way. But you know, it was a great feeling. Now we're in it. Now I've got to move on from that and being the head coach. It's about winning and losing, and we've got to put ourselves in a position to win every game.
Chris, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, Lockie, I mean, we've seen you play and put on performances like that in the NBL1, and we saw you do it for Brisbane quite a bit this past season. How much did that help you come into this season, just having that belief and knowing the seasons were quite close together, being in game shape and game form coming into this season, how much does that help you do what you did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a big part. Just trying to be myself. I mean, the last 2 years I've been guarded by the Defensive Player of the Year every day at practice with Justin and Antonius, so that also helps, and J-Rob's a pretty good defender himself, so going up against him every day really does help, and you know, I'm just trying to be myself, and tonight they went in.
Have you always had the belief you could do this at NBL level? Has that belief always been there? You've just been hoping that you get the chance like you got tonight?
Yeah, I think I have. I mean, if I'm honest, it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit, and there's some tougher days than the other ones. But you know, I think in the background there, I've always had that belief in myself that I can do it, and tonight was kind of one of those nights.
Jacob, just wanted to ask you about Liney as well. He came to Illawarra hoping he would have the ball in his hands a little bit more and get to show a bit more of his offensive arsenal, because we know how good of a defender he is, and he did a lot of that tonight. He was really good.
Yeah, I mean, he was aggressive. I don't know if he came here exclusively for that, but you know, we need to be. We're going to live and die by being aggressive. I think we were a little bit too aggressive today, and we sort of got out of our funk today. But he was aggressive on the rim. He made shots. You know, he played confident. But you know, at the end of the day, is you know, we've got to guard.
Thanks, guys.
Maddie, did you want to jump in?
Oh, I think he's back on air. Anyone else in here?
Yeah, all good for me.
Thanks, Maddie.
Quickly, is fatigue going to be a factor for the Thursday game?
I mean, it's a factor for every game. I mean, we're playing Southeast next. I haven't checked their box score, but you know, they're down some guys, so I'm sure they played some guys over minutes. It's obviously, this is a league where you've got to rest, so we'll rest tomorrow. We'll get some stuff done over the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get them ready to go on Thursday. But I think from this point on, the way the schedule is and the way how long the season is and the amount of games we play, fatigue's going to be an issue for everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.